Greetings, everybody. My name is Agada Samuel Ifebuchi. I'm a medical radiographer, and I want to use this opportunity to talk about my 2024 experience. Personally, 2024 was an exceptional year for me. It was the year that I took my personal development to another level. It was the year that I learned the majority of what I know today. It was the year that a question that I've been asking was answered. The question was about a tech that I want to go into, but I didn't know how to explain it until I met my mentor in 2024. So there are many things that prevented me from going into what I wanted actually, all this academic stuff and all that. So what 2024, I took it upon myself that one thing must happen. So it was then that I realized that the question I've been asking, that the answer is machine learning. So machine learning is just a branch of artificial intelligence that focuses on a kind of developing an algorithm or a model that will allow computer to learn from and make decision or prediction based on the data that was given to it. So in this way, machine learning allow you to train computer, to train machine so that they can do the work that you want them to do. Instead of doing too much programming, you just teach your computer or teach your machine the work that you want the machine to do, and the machine will take the work from there. So, but you cannot learn machine learning without knowing what the data is. So I started basically that 2025. I started with data analysis. So data analysis may be ambiguous, but what data analysis actually is just a process of inspecting, transforming, and modeling the data into a useful information that you can use to draw a conclusion or to make a decision. In the sense that in every organization, there are a lot of data. Because I'm a health professional, let me take hospital as an example. In hospital, we have our patient's information, like the patient's name, age, date of birth, and then the clinical information. All these are data that are collected from the patient, and we can use all these data, analyze it over some period of time, analyze it, and then we can use it to make a particular important decision or to support decision making. So data analysis is how we can gather all these data, how we can process them, transform them, model them into a useful information that you can use to arrive at a particular conclusion. So what is data? If I'm talking about data, just like I explained, data are just an unprocessed fact or figures or information that are collected, and then we can measure it or we can analyze it. So machine learning, just like I told you, is a branch that help us to train a machine or to train a computer so that they can do the work that we want the computer to do. So the computer, after training it, can make decision on its own. It can predict. It can, based on the data that is given to it, it can do a lot of things for us. So, but this machine learning, it just help us to. It's just like helping us, like you don't program too much, but the machine will do some specific task that you train the machine to do. And there are basically 3 types of machine learning, and we have the one that we call supervised learning. Here in supervised learning, what we do here is that we label data. We have the data that we call the input data. We have those ones that we call the output data. So we label data, and then we give the data to the model, we give data to the algorithm, we give data to the machine, the computer, and then we tell the data, just like telling you that this is a goat. Then I will come another time and tell you that this is a cat. So I will tell you the difference, that this, if you see this one is a goat, if you see this one is a cat. Then that's how we train computer. Okay, let me narrow it down to a health institution. Like my profession, I'm a radiographer. So in chest X-ray can present, there are many patterns in chest X-ray that will tell you the pathology that is in the patient. So like in chest X-ray, we can see some pattern that will tell you that this is tuberculosis. There are some pattern that you will see, you will know that this is pneumonia. So we train our model, we train our artificial intelligence, telling that whenever you see this particular something, that this is pneumonia, why this one is tuberculosis. So when the computer see anything like that again, it will pick it up and interpret it for you. That's how all this AI are being produced. So we just teach your computer. This one is called supervised learning. You have the input, the one that you tell the computer that this is it, and you will still be the one to tell the computer the answer, and the computer will learn from it. And then subsequent work, the computer will be doing the work over time, and the computer will be becoming smarter with time. Like as the computer is doing it over time, it will be becoming smarter and smarter. Second type of machine learning is unsupervised learning. In an unsupervised learning, we give the model or the machine or the computer an unlabeled data. So this one is just like giving the computer a question but with no answer. You just feed the computer with question but there is no answer given to it. Remember, in supervised learning, the one that I talked before, here we give the computer both the input and the output. We give the computer the question, we still tell the computer the answer, so that whenever the computer sees something like that in the future, you'll be able to recognize the pattern and then tell you that this is this and this is this. But in an unsupervised learning, we just feed the computer with data that we did not label, just like giving a student question. So the student will be the one to answer the questions and then present the answer. So here, let me take for instance, in the hospital, we just feed the computer with patterns, with chest x-ray that contain pneumonia and chest x-ray that contain tuberculosis, and then we allow the computer to use it and differentiate, cluster it and gather them and say that so group are tuberculosis and so group are pneumonia. So just like giving computer pictures of cat and pictures of dog, so you mix everything together, the computer will use this one and separate and then be able to say that this so group is different from this group, and then you can name this group so something, you can name the other group this thing. So that's how it works. In an unsupervised learning, we give the computer an unlabeled data, and from there the computer will be able to differentiate and cluster that these are this and these are this. The third type of machine learning is reinforcement learning. So here the machine learn by trial and error. So the machine we try and make mistake and learn from it. We try and make this and be corrected, and from there the machine, I don't know how to put it in a way that you understand, but just understanding that this reinforcement learning is like a trial and error method, whereby the computer learn by receiving penalties or by receiving a reward. So these are the types of machine learning. So this machine learning are just how all these models are being produced. You make use of AI, all these things. You feed information. Like before they introduce AI to the community, they have trained the AI with multitude of data, so that when the when the model that was trained see a particular pattern or trend, to be able to identify and be able to classify or show you or work for you in a way you want. So these are the few insights that I want to share about what I personally learned in 2024, and I will encourage you also to take your personal development serious. Be good. Try to be so good that you cannot be overlooked. This I recommend you taking up a tech course, because the world is going digital, and day by day there are a lot of things that you think that you know, and before you know all this AI cannot actually take your work, but AI can help you to make work easier for you. So if you learn how AI works, you can leverage on it and make life easier for you, both in your working place, and then it will give you opportunities